count on you? One last time.
All right, kid. Let's go do it. One last time.
Welcome back to day 11 for 50 Days with Drake. Well, first I want to talk about getting a little crazy and getting a little nervous that my stuff wasn't going to be ready for the launch date. So I took a trip to GameStop and I had to go there in person. I could have called and said, is my pre-order stuff ready? Are you sure you have everything? I had to go there in person and make them check to make sure my Libertalia edition was there, make sure my PlayStation Nathan Drake edition was there. Addiction, yeah, same thing. And to make sure they're going to have a midnight release, because when Uncharted 3 came out, my GameStop did not have a midnight release, and I was furious. So I was very happy that they are going to have a midnight release. They have all my information, and I am thrilled. So I'm recording this on Saturday, the 22nd, 23rd. I don't even know what day it is anymore. They revealed yesterday that Uncharted has some new news, some big news, unrevealed game mode called Plunder. So what they're going to do now is, since it's PAX East, I really wanted to go. I wish I could have been there. But they are having them, do a demo of it at this PAX East this weekend. I'm so jealous, and it looks so awesome when they released the trailer yesterday. Like I said, I'm not a big multiplayer person, but when they released the 30-second, teaser for it, see Drake's he's like making it rain, draking it rain. It was awesome. So I'm excited to play that one because I've never played it. So I'm excited to try that, and I'll give you some info on what that means. It's a capture the flag type game mode with an Uncharted twist. This is a quote from the PlayStation blog. You can throw the idol, aka the flag. So great teamwork is key to winning the match, as you're tasked with finding the idol on the map and bringing it to your home treasure chest. Plunder will be available on the 3 maps you've seen on the Uncharted 4 beta and multiplayer stress test, Island, Madagascar City, and Rooftops. So now when they've redone it for Uncharted 4, you can travel with the idol. So there's more to be revealed for the Uncharted 4 multiplayer. This is just one other little piece. They're going to have a booth at the PAX East convention this weekend, and they get to play it there. So I'm very jealous about that. Hey guys, welcome back to, this is still day 11. I just wanted to come back today and finish up my day 11 video. I just didn't have too much to say about the Plunder multiplayer, so I wanted to keep it going. I want to talk about my favorite moments from Uncharted 2. There's so many moments. This is probably going to be a 3-parter. I swear. It's about 33, around 30 items that I just could not bear to choose which one I wanted to use and not use, so I decided to put them all in there. They're my favorites. Doesn't mean that they won't be like your guys' favorites, or they're better than the ones that you like or don't like. These are just my favorites, and these are the ones that I just wanted to talk about. So make sure you let me know in the comments what your favorite moments were. This is all gameplay, this is dialogue, this is everything about the games that I love. I would love to write everything, but I can't put everything in here, so I'm just going to go with some of my favorites today, and then we'll continue tomorrow because it's just too much to put in one video. The opening scene, the iconic opening scene where Drake is hanging from the train. We're just thrown right in the middle of it. No hold your breath, no nothing. We are going right into it. How did he get here? What happened? How did we wind up here? Are we going to find out, or are you just going to come, and just stick with that, and we're just going to go with that's the opening? Are we going to be able to make it off this train? When we're traversing, it's a little tricky. Yeah, and I love how they did that. They immediately threw us in it. We have no idea how we got here. We know Nate just got into some mess, and we have got to get out of it. So I thought it was brilliant the way they opened like that without letting us know. And then the rest of the game, we're like, all right, look, we have to find out how we got here. Number 2, this is where we meet Chloe and Flynn. Now, when we're first, we're like, what is going on with Drake? Why is he by himself? Why is he at this bar on this beach? He looks, really sad and alone. And we're like, all right, well, this is before this whole hot mess train. So we're going to see how we get started in this. First, Flynn comes in. Hello, sailor, buy you a drink, you know, which it's like, oh God, this guy's going to be trouble. Had a feeling that he couldn't be trusted. He just seemed too smarmy. Is that a word? Like, I don't know. He just seemed kind of really shady and really trying to be a little too slick. So I was not a fan of Flynn's, but I wanted to see what he was going to do. And then in walks Chloe, which I adore Chloe. You guys know I adore Chloe. And since Nate has, as Eddie Raja has put it, that he has the worst poker face ever. We know he's lying, and we can tell from his eyes, that he knows exactly who Chloe is. We know he has some kind of history with her, but she's smart enough to be like, don't say anything, make it like we just met, and, you know, let's move on. So we know they have a history. We could just tell, like, all right, who is this girl? Where did she come from? What kind of history? Is she an ex-girlfriend? Is she like someone we've wronged in the past? Who is she? What is she? What's happening? Number 3, the enhancements that were made from Drake's Fortune to Among Thieves were like huge. They were monumental. The facial features, the environment, everything was so well done, and everything was so refined. You know, now looking back on it, I mean, but for the time, it was just gorgeous and so well done. The third one was even better, and as we can see from all the videos of all the trailers for Uncharted 4, we just know it is like leaps and bounds. He's so, I mean, it's just like, it looks like a real person. I mean, the artwork was just brilliant, and they just did an amazing job. But from Drake's Fortune to Among Thieves was leaps and bounds from where we left him off in the first one. Also, I'm recording this on Sunday, the 24th, I think today is. Tomorrow, which it'll already be out by the time you see this video, because like I said, I have to record a whole bunch ahead of time to make sure I have enough content and make sure it's ready for you guys. So I try and be as consistent as possible. But tomorrow on Monday, they are releasing the last final trailer for Uncharted 4. I will be doing a reaction video for it. Like I said, it's probably already up on the channel now by the time this comes out, because that'll be a separate video. But I didn't even know they were going to do another one. Like, how many more? I mean, it's the last one, but like, why are they releasing so many? I don't care. I'm just happy they are, because I'm getting to the point now where I can't even contain myself. It's ridiculous. One of my favorite parts of this, you know, this series, which I'm sure a lot of you, is the dialogue and the banter between the characters. It's so well done and so natural, which is really hard to do with, you know, these characters in like a situation where we feel like we're in on the little in jokes and, like, you know, private jokes, which I love. There's the one part where Nate makes a joke when Flynn and him are trying to break into the museum, and they finally get in, and Nate's like, yeah, we're in like Flynn, and Flynn's like, what? Like, he has no idea what he's talking about. He's just, we quickly learn that Flynn is kind of just a pretty face and a good head of hair, and that's about it. Nothing going on inside that pretty little head of his. Thank God, because if he was a little bit intelligent, you know, we'd be in a lot of trouble. The inevitable betrayal of Drake by Flynn. I'd like to say it was a surprise, but we kind of knew he was going to betray Nate. It's not really that shocking, but we didn't know he would pull something like this. You know, we didn't know if he was smart enough to pull something like that, you know, and then he comes back with the face it, genius, you've been played. And Nate's like, what? He is furious with him, and he is left holding the bag. He just got totally screwed. He went to bat for this guy, and he gave him all the information he needed, and now he's taking off, and now Nate is going to jail for 3 months. Another one of my favorite lines is when we're, you know, traversing and we're trying to sneak in, and you know, we're trying to sneak past the guards, and we're climbing on the building, and Nate's right below a guard. This is the first time we take down the guard, and Flynn's like, there's a guy above you, there's a guy above you. And he pulls him down. And Flynn's like, there's a guy below you, there's a guy below you. Oh my God, I love it. It's just classic Naughty Dog writing, and it's just genius and adorable, and I love it. Flynn, now, he has such a chip on his shoulder. He has got such a low self-esteem when he's put next to Drake. He kind of reminds me of like a discount Drake. Kind of like how Talbot was in the third, except Talbot was very intelligent. And he knew what he was doing. Flynn was just like, he just had no clue. So when he tries to do what Nate does, when he tries to outsmart people like Nate does, he can't do it. He does not have the intelligence. He doesn't have that. He has a little bit of charm, but he relies too much on his looks, the way he looks, his hair and everything, and he thinks he's just going to get away with everything. But he has no intelligence to back it up. So he's just completely unethical. Whose ever side will benefit him at the moment, he thinks he's being successful by doing that. No one trusts him, and no one believes in him. He just does not have the intelligence to pull any of this off. And sheer force, maybe, if he's got a gun, but other than that, he needs Drake to help him find the treasure. He can't do it. He has all the information that he needs to help him find, what they want to find. And he has 3 months to do it while Drake's in jail, and he still cannot do it. He just has to deal with that jealousy, and that's the only thing that really drives him, but he doesn't know how to really, everything goes over his head. He just doesn't get it. Chloe blows him away in the intelligence department. Nate blows him away in the intelligence department. He's more muscle. He's just pretty muscle, but that's about it. I love the scene where we're going into the jail and, you see Nate doing the shadow puppets of him talking to, miming out the conversation with Flynn, and Sully comes in. I really can't leave you alone for a minute. And we're like, yay, Sully's back, because we didn't know if he was going to be back. We didn't know what was going on. Did they bring in these 2 new characters, Chloe and Flynn? Was that going to replace Elena and Sully? So we didn't know. I didn't know at first what was going to happen. This was before, we had so many spoilers everywhere, and everything was like, you can't go online for a second. If you're trying to avoid spoilers, good luck with that on anything. But back then, there was really no spoilers unless you had the companion book and you were reading it, the walkthrough as you were going through it. Did he come back to help Nate, or was he just under Chloe's spell and just followed that pretty girl all the way back to prison? Now, how did Chloe know about Sully? But he would have gone there anyway to help save Nate. But I don't think Chloe and her beautifulness, I don't think he needed much convincing. Let's put it that way, for him to follow her all the way to jail. But that's his boy. He was going to get him out no matter what. Another one of my favorite lines is when Chloe, Sully, and Nate are together, and they're plotting on how they're going to go and try and, get Lazarovich and try and rob him of, Flynn has put him in prison for 3 months. He has been suffering. He wants the treasure, and he is going to snatch it right from Flynn and Lazarovich. So they're trying to think of a way, and he's like, Chloe, we need a distraction. And she's like, well, we need about a good 5 minutes. And she says, I won't even have to get my top off. And he's like, no, I didn't mean that. I meant an explosion or something. And she's like, oh. So Chloe has done some stuff to to create diversions before. And I'm sure that is the first thing that would work. The last one I'm going to do for today is that feeling of the mystery we had when the 3 of us, when Sully, Nate, and Chloe jumped down into the cave. And we get the feeling that there is what just happened? There's all the dead bodies everywhere. We get the feeling there's another supernatural element that's going on, because it looked like, as he said, it looks like they tore each other apart. What is going on? And of course, we already know they're just giving us a little taste of what's going to come. And we know it's going to be epic when it comes. So I love the not knowing, but just trying to figure out what the heck could it be? What is happening? And what is going to happen. All right, so that is part 1 of my favorite moments from Uncharted 2. There's more to come. I'm going to do some more tomorrow and the day after. And then we're going to do Uncharted 3, my favorite moments. I want you guys to leave me a comment on what your favorite moments were. If we had a lot of the same favorite moments, I'm sure there will be. But let me know what you think. And thanks so much for supporting this channel. Thanks you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. And, don't forget to like and share these videos. I really appreciate any help on that. So thanks so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.